Hi everyone. So the results for the JET interviews have started to come back, and I've gotten a couple of comments and emails asking questions. First of all, I want to say if you didn't get in to the JET program this year, don't worry too much about it. You can always apply again next year. Second of all, if you got to the shortlist, congratulations. Personally, I was an alternate, and alternate is a really weird place to be because it kind of leaves you in this limbo of, of your future planning, what you want to do for the next year or so. So if you got on the short list, or if you didn't get in at all, at least you know and you have an idea of where you can be next year at this time. But if you're an alternate, you're kind of hanging in limbo, and that is an awful place to be. I found it really interesting because I was an alternate and I'm a married JET, and I've gotten quite a few comments and emails from folks that are also married, they're applicants, and all of them have come back as alternates. I haven't heard anything from any married couples who've been on the short list, but everyone's an alternate. So I don't know if this is like standard JET practice or what, so I can't tell you one way or the other. What I can tell you is kind of what happened with me. When it came back that I was an alternate, I tried to look at it really realistically. I didn't want to sort of hedge all my bets on getting into JET. I didn't like the job that I had at the time, and I knew that I wanted to leave no matter what. And so I started looking around, and I got a few interviews, but I didn't really like any of the places that I interviewed at. They just weren't the kind of work that I was interested in. And this went on for about a month. I think I heard back from JET in April that I was an alternate, but then in mid-May I found out they sent me an email and they said, would you like to be upgraded to the short list? And I said, yes, of course. So I don't know what the holdup was, if it's just a thing that they do with married JETs, they throw you on the alternate list and see what happens, or what. But, so I got up to the short list in mid-May. And if they are going to put you on the short list, it may not happen that quickly, so hang in there. There's a lot of factors that go into deciding who gets in and who doesn't get in and who has to wait. So yeah, it's all up in the air. I will say this about being an alternate. While being an alternate, you don't know which way you're going to go, if you're going to get in or if you don't get in. A lot of JETs who are here now are alternates. I don't know the exact figures or numbers, but a lot of alternates do end up getting into the JET program. I would go so far as to say probably a third to like maybe 40% of the JETs here in Kagoshima City were alternates. So you never know. So there's a lot of different factors that go into deciding whether an alternate eventually gets upgraded to a shortlist, and a lot of it can depend on the shortlist candidates themselves. I know every year some shortlisters will turn down their placements and decide, I don't really want to go to Japan after all, I found another job here, whatever. And so in that case, they'll bring up an alternate. Also, it can happen that a contracting organization will say, we need more JETs. We decided that we want more JETs this year, and maybe, some alternates will be upgraded then. So it depends on a lot of different things. The point is, be realistic about it. Don't place all your hopes on getting into JET, just in case it doesn't happen. This is especially tough for married JETs because you guys, we are in the process of, a lot of us, sort of planning the next stages of our lives, where we want to live, if you want to raise a family, whatever. So there's a lot of things to keep in mind, but keep your hopes up. Just, keep it real. Be down to earth about it. I got a question about my wife, whether she came to Japan with me or whether she came later. And if you do get shortlisted and you do come to Japan, trust me when I say this, you will want your spouse to come to Japan after you. You'll be in Tokyo for something like 3 days, and you'll be in orientation pretty much all day, every day. You'll be jet lagged, and you'll be meeting tons of new jets, tons of people from your prefecture, possibly tons of people from your contracting organization, and not official people, but other ALTs, your new coworkers, and you will be swamped. You will not have time to have anything to do with your significant other. So if you come to Tokyo and you bring your spouse, they'll have to pay for their own hotel room and all their meals and room and board and whatever. And they'll be bored out of their minds because they'll be in a new country. They probably won't know the language. They won't know anywhere to go. And I don't know. I think it'd be really stressful for them to come over. All the ALTs that I've talked to that are here now, all of our spouses came after us. So my wife came, I think, 2 weeks later, like mid-August, and that was really the best thing that could have happened because I was able to get into my apartment, get settled, know my way around town a little, kind of make house, and then when she came, there was a kind of a functioning, place for her to be. So I think that helped a lot. Once mid-May rolls around and people have kind of found out the alternates, if they've been upgraded to the short list, I'll do a video kind of what kind of things that you really want to bring over to Japan with you. And a lot of people have different ideas. It'll just be my opinion. It's true what JET says that if you're an alternate, you may be called upon at any point up through like the next December to come over to Japan. If a jet has to go home for whatever reason, whether it's a death in the family, personal reasons, whatever, but they have to leave Japan, the contracting organization will call on JET to bring over an alternate, to be upgraded to the shortlist. So in rare circumstances, you could be, waiting, and Thanksgiving Day you'll get a call, that, hey, would you like to come to Japan? So, also one more thing. This is a little preview of what I'm going to be doing for a next video. I found this in a kombini one day, and I have a few of these now. So this is a preview. Holy shit, that is amazing. Okay, have a good night, guys.